All right, welcome back to the channel. Today, going to look at a leader that everyone has written off. That is the new Rey leader. Every tier list that I've seen has her at unplayable. So I thought, why not? Let's see if we can make it playable and win a few games. Be an uphill battle, but let's have a look at the leader itself. So she has got a really good ability just in the leader side. So if you play a non-unit force card this phase, deal 1 damage to a unit. It's an action, so it kind of slows your action sequencing down, but it is a free 1 damage, and it can add up if you're doing force throws, and that, as well as a bunch of other new force abilities, force events in the new set, which I will go through. And then the deployed one, it's not a great deploy, massive stats, but you are deploying at 7. So she's a 6/8. Original Vader's 5/7. So she's got 1 extra stat, but her deploy is not great. She doesn't have like a when attack. So her deploy is you can discard your hand. If you do, draw 2 cards. It happens occasionally that it's favorable. But sometimes, yeah, you don't even want to draw 2 cards because you've got a handful of cards already. All right. So when I looked at this lead, I'm like, well, how can I exploit the front end of the leader here? What force events? So when I took a look at some of the force events, obviously the big one is force throw. So force throw is an event that has been there since set 1, and is the most powerful force event. So there's a 3 off straight away for that. But one I wanted to talk about quickly before we jump into some games is this one here. Psychometry. Choose another card in your discard pile. Most notably, it does say another, so you can't use it like a restock. So restock in Star Wars Unlimited, when you play a card, it immediately goes to the discard and then you resolve the effect. So that allows you to pick restock back out of the discard and put it on the bottom of your deck. This one would be really good if it just said choose a card in your discard, because you could choose itself, but it says another card. So search the top 5 cards of your deck for a card that shares a trait. So most of the time we're looking at Force or Jedi, and then we're able to reveal it and draw it. So what we're doing there is a couple of things. We're drawing a card that has a chance to proc off the new Rey unit, this one here, that does 2 damage to base and 2 damage to a unit. So there's a chance if we pick that card out. We're getting 1 damage with our leader ability, and we're also pulling out most of the time, a force, either unit or force event. So the way to sort of chain multiple force throws is what I've found. So I found that's a really cool card. A lot of the other ones I'll sort of explain as we go. Sorcerer's Blast is like if you're familiar with magic, it's just like a lightning bolt, but you have to have the force. Early on, I've had to put force units in here to make sure we get the force, because we're playing Crystal Caves, and the force is with you when you attack. Except for the Youngling Padawan, it has a when played that you automatically get the force. I've messed around, and I think the best way to run this is sort of some kind of hand discard. So we're looking at discarding cards with things like Spark. Jedi in Hiding is a brand new card that has a when defeated, use the force, opponent discards a card. We've got Ahsoka. We've got Ki-Adi-Mundi to fill back our hand. We've got Venestra to come in ready. The Will of the Force is a waylay and then a random discard. Plo Koon is a leader killer. Rey is the card you want to be drawing during your action phase, and then Qui-Gon's kind of like a finisher at the end. So that's the deck there. It's still experimental at the moment, so we'll see how we go. We are fighting an uphill battle playing this deck, but hopefully we can get at least a couple of wins tonight. So I will post the deck link in the chat, and we will see. Here we go. So we've got a Kira first. Kira Data Vault. So this is what the people would frame as a top meta deck in their tier lists. So what we're trying to do here is play something that is not that. It's at the bottom of the tiers of all their new tier lists and that they've come out. So we'll see how we go. We won't mulligan. This is pretty good. All right, we won't get the hermit. And I've just put Force slow in here as well. I'm just experimenting with a couple of the other Force cards. So I think I will just play the Padawan. That will give us the Force straight away. Okay, he's going to play a Dr. Pershing. All right, so we'll claim. We'll run straight into that Pershing. And we could Lightning Bolt it as well. Will of the Force is a discard. Do we need that? We're better off with Tip the Scale. I think we'll stick with Tip the Scale. All right, so let's hit into Pershing. He will draw a card. All right, so we can tip the scale. Let's take a look at what he's got in his hand. All right, so tip the scale, look at opponent's hand and discard a non-unit card from it. So we will do that. We'll discard the Power of the Dark Side. Okay, so we can psychometric now to what it allows us to do is look through our deck, or we're better off to just, no, let's try and get a Rey here. So I'm going to pick psychometry. We only had one card in our discard. I'll pick this one here. It's got Force and Trick. And here we go. I'll pick the Rey out, and then the Rey will be able to kill the Pershing as well. Okay. Now, unfortunately, that's a really tough combo for us, the Ogdo Bogdo, because Kira's going to be able to shield it. So when we revealed Rey, we did 2 damage to Pershing and 2 damage to base. All right, so we're best not to do the 1 damage to Bogdo. We want to have him hit with Kira first. All right, let's get rid of the... Get rid of the Padawan. All right, so he's going to play a takedown first. Okay, so we'll play Kiadi Mundi that'll draw us 2 cards. We'll use the Force. Okay, and then pass. All right. We have no shortage of Plo Koons. We'll get rid of Rey there. All right, he's going to run into Kiadi Mundi. So let's attack first to base. This will generate our Force token, which will then allow us to do Sorcerer's Blast if we needed to into Ogdo Bogdo. Let's play a Spark of the Rebellion, see what he's got in his hand. All right, well, let's get rid of that Vader for starters. Okay, he's going to pass, which probably means that he's going to flip Kira. And if he flips Kira, well, all we can do is really play Venestra out. So I think we're best to probably just claim here. Okay, yeah, it's kind of a weird damage, the Kira at the moment for us. We may have to run Plo Koon into Ogdo Bogdo. We've got a Sorcerer's Blast that we can do 3 damage. It's kind of a rough sort of break point on it for us. Okay. See what he does from here. All right, I think we can just Sorcerer's Blast. All right, we can take the damage off. And pass. Okay, so we've drawn Rey again. We don't want to draw Rey really at the end of our regroup. We really want to draw Rey towards the in our action phase if we can. So we'll get rid of Plo Koon. It's not a great matchup, this one here, because we're playing against a Data Vault villainy deck and their top end. If we can't get our discard online, we haven't seen Ahsoka's, we haven't seen Jedi in hiding and that as well yet. Hasn't flipped Kira, which is a danger for us. Okay, so here comes Vader. All right, so we could kill Vader, but let's force a flip. We'll be able to put Rey out, because otherwise we're just going to be able to... He's going to pass. Well, we'll kill Vader then. That's part of the reason that these people don't know how to play against Rey. It's probably their first time playing against it. All right, so let's claim. Let's go Psychometry. We'll pick our Force and Jedi. What have we got? We've got Do or Do Not, which is quite good for drawing cards. Jedi in hiding. I think I like Do or Do Not here, because it means we can Plo Koon, take the shield off. Yeah, well, that's that's not great at all. We can Plo Koon into the client. That will activate the Force. Play Do or Do Not to draw 2 cards. Oh, we've got our Force slow. That's interesting. All right, we can deal the damage to the Walker. Even if we put Rey out here, we can't kill the Walker, unfortunately. And if we do, he'll most likely have a what do you call it? He'll have a overwhelming barrage. Right, so he's going to just draw cards here, unfortunately. All right, so we can play Qui-Gon. Few options. We could force slow here and run Qui-Gon into the Walker. Let's try that. I've never tried it. He's drawn way too many cards for us to really control this matchup. Anton said, love the stream. I hit dislike just to keep you hungry, though. Keep up the good work. Give an exhausted unit -8. So it's only exhausted as well. So let's ambush into the Walker then. All right, that'll bounce his client back. He gets a choice of putting it on the bottom or on the top of the deck. So he's put it on the bottom. I think we've got no choice but to claim here. All right, so we can ambush into that as well. We really can't afford him to be drawing cards. So what can we do? We can Will of the Force and back to his hand. Use the Force. You get random card. What do we get? We got a gunship. Okay, so he hits us with that. We'll play Jedi in hiding. Because he's most likely got a power of the dark side. So there's no point just throwing out our Rey unit. Deal 1 damage to the pike to stop him shielding it. And then we'll claim. All right, so we can start by running into the pike sentinel. Hey, Caddy Mundi, we'll draw. We'll try and get some. We haven't hit any Ahsokas, and I think when he vigilance, he hit both of our force throws. So for those just joining, a bit of a challenge tonight. All the tier lists have put Rey right at the bottom, so I try to build a deck to see if we could actually win a couple of games with Rey. I mean, the leader side, the deploy is tough because you're deploying at 7. You're discarding to draw 2 cards, which is optional. And when you compare it to other 7 deploy leaders like Vader, then you're not Vader, but Yoda. Yoda can virtually kill a unit, so it's a tough comparison in that between the two. But I think the leader side when you're in this mode here is actually quite good. It is quite powerful, so we may have to just go all in here. So I have to clear this pike sentinel, and we just can't afford to let him just continue to draw cards. He hasn't flipped Kira. The way we would have won this match was to sort of control his hand. So he's going to claim. Do I just deploy here and kill Pershing? I'm not going to discard, and I'll hit Pershing there. He's probably got a super laser blast, but we're kind of running out of options because he hit us with the vigilance, and that discarded a whole bunch of cards. Okay, so timely, so Vader. I did discard a Vader with the spark early on. Okay, so we're going to choose one to bounce. Right, let's just bounce the Vader. He'll put it on top of his deck, but we'll at least know that he's got it. And now here's Vader, and make him discard. Okay, so let's play Psychometry, see what we get. Gonna pick, so this is a 1-cost event, and we pick a card in our discard, this time Force and Jedi. Let's pick let's take the Ahsoka. That way we're discarding and also developing the board at the same time. Let's play that out, make him discard a card. We're down to 9 cards, so I really just probably have to play as many cards as I can here. So, all right, we've got Sorceress Blast and Venestra. Yeah, unfortunately, he's had this is the Vader that we had to bounce. There's not much we could do about it at the time. And he did have another timely, which definitely makes it tough for us. Okay, so I think we have to hit base. All our force throws should be good. No, there's a force throw in our deck here. So let's Kiadi Mundi, even though I only got 7 cards, trying to hit a force throw. We don't. Okay. All right, we can ping that shield off. Oh no, we didn't I play? Let's play Anakin out. All right, let's claim. We'll try and get the Force back. All right, we've got a spark. Kill Kira first. Vader can kill Anakin, as I got the little shielded unit there. All right, let's spark, see what he's got in his hand. He's got everything. All right, so let's get rid of the Devastator. The only way you win, he's had both Pershings really early on. The only way we would have won this match is if we had have been able to control his hand. But he got too much card draw early on. First turn Pershing is always going to be tough. All right, let's play Venestra. He'll probably either Anakin or, yeah, Anakin out. All right, so let's just gain the Force. We can do 3 damage to something, so we can probably hit the Vader. The Sorcerer's Blast, use Rey's ability, takes it to 4. We'll still be 1 off. Okay. All right, so let's blast. So you can see some of the general idea with these units and that as well. It's just we got hit by the Vaders. Like his first turn was literally Pershing into Ogdo Bogdo, even though we discarded one of his cards. So we're uphill battle from the start. And this is the kind of stuff that you would need early on, the Ahsoka and the Force Throw. He got both our Force Throws on the Vigilant. So it looks like we'll just start off with a... well, let's Force Throw. See if we can at least kill Anakin. 3. Oh, well, let's kill Vader. All right. GG. All right. Let's see if we can win one game. We've got 10 games to try and win, to win some games here. Hopefully we don't get all Kiras, because that, well, this is probably going to be just as hard. The blue-green villainy decks are coming out now. So our only chance is to control the hand. All right, so what have we got? We've got first turn play. We've got Jedi in hiding. We're good. Okay, that seems fine. We won't mulligan that one. Not sure about these mysterious hermits yet. They're in there because I needed a sort of Force activator. So we're going to go this one straight into Jedi and hiding into Ahsoka. And then we might just have to keep this Sorcerer's Blast. So when I saw all of the tier lists, even Wu's one, this Rey was just in a no. Probably right. The Baddest Batch, they just went straight into no as well, or my tier. So, you know, and what'll probably happen is the showcase will be like fire. It'll be so good. All right. I would have liked to have played the Jedi hiding, but yeah. There we go. We've got the Force. At least if he powers and that now, we at least discard a card from his hand. All right, so we don't need the Hermit again. All right, let's get that 3 damage in. The Kylo decks are quite good. It is one of the top leaders, I think, from the new set. He's just gonna wow, he discarded. We got him to discard a card, and he picked an upgrade that he could have discarded and drew. So he's obviously got stuff that he really wants to keep. All right, Plo Koon is really good. Will of the Force is good. Like, that's all good. Even play, like, what do we lose from there? Maybe the Blast? Because this game we're going to get Vadered as well. Like, it's pretty much guaranteed that we're going to get hit by a Vader. We have to be pretty careful. All right, so what I like here is Will of the Force. So Will of the Force is like a waylay and a discard. So you can return it on leader unit, and then you can use your Force token and random discard a card. So let's do that. We don't want him to ramp. What do we get? Vader. Oh, we got a Snoke. So that's pretty good. We keep hitting along. We can play our Psychometric here. We'll pick a card in the discard, so we'll pick a Force. We can pick another Will of the Force. If we pick Rey, we would automatically do 2 damage to his base. But I actually like probably Will of the Force here. Or is it Jedi in Hiding? They're both really good. Maybe Jedi in Hiding. Right, pass. We could have done 1 damage with Rey, but only hits units. This is another unit I'm not sure about, is the Anakin 1/1 shielded. This guy's a lock. And what else did I have at I had another one, it's a 2-drop. That's really good. The Youngling, the Padawan, those 2 are locks. Yeah, I kind of wish I'd kept that Will of the Force now. All right, let's keep just pushing base here. Legal authority. Okay. Well, in that case, we should probably just play Force Throw to... We should hit that and then play... Well, let's start with playing Force Throw. Okay, we'll get our unit back. And we'll probably just play another Jedi. Well, do we play an Ahsoka here and just get rid of his last card? Because it could be a Super Laser Blast. That's a Maul, so that was pretty good. So this game's starting out a lot better than the previous one. Mainly because we've been able to control the hand. We couldn't control the hand in the Kira matchup. Venestra's good because it comes in ready, but then Plo Koon's that big ambusher. So let's get rid of Venestra. All right, so here we go. Kylo's going to get all suited up. And it's going to be Kylo versus Rey. This is Rey's deployment turn as well. He has 1 card in his hand, and we do have a Force Throw. He's probably going to take the Ahsoka. No, he's going to hit it, and then I would take the Jedi in Hiding. Yep, so let's Force Throw. Give us something big. Oh, Barrage, not bad. Right, so now we've played a Force event, so then we can use the 1 damage to put it on Kylo. We can then deploy Rey. We don't want to discard. I just wish it was like just draw 2. That would be so much better. And now we can play Plo Koon. Now we can just hit in for the remainder. Yeah, I'm not sure about these units, but we need some early drops. So if you've got any ideas on better early drops that have a Force in red, yellow, let me know. Right, yeah, there we go. We won a game with Rey. I haven't got the score on, sorry. 0-1. We beat a Kylo, so that takes us to 1-1. So we can beat a blue-green. if we control the hand. And yeah, I hope you got an idea of what I'm trying to do in the deck here. I need force activators at the start. So that's where this 2-drop is good. The Youngling Padawan is good. And now the Anakin and the Hermit. The Anakin is good if you can get him early, because then you can play it and then play a force throw or whatever. The Hermit, I thought ambushing in. But yeah, I'm not sold yet on those ones. Not sold on force slow. I only just put that in, that one. All right, but Will of the Force was really good in that game. All right, let's go again. The Yoda green. So they're playing the Jedi Temple. Again, the key's going to be controlling the hand. We have initiative. We have a spark. All right, this seems okay. I'm not sure about this force slow card. There is another one. It's not force slow. It's an exhaust type one in yellow. Impossible escape. You either exhaust a friendly unit or use the force if you do exhaust an enemy unit and draw a card. I think maybe that's better. I don't know. All right, so we have got initiative, so we can try and block his first turn play here. All right, let's spark. What's he got for us? What are we more worried about? We're more worried about this unit here or him just resupplying? I think this unit here, because we do not want him coming out with a Jedi lightsaber. All right, pass. All right, I think I want to play the Anakin this time and spark. Let's spark again. I don't want that Yoda at all. So we can play Anakin here. He'll be hidden. If I had have had like Ahsoka or a Force Throw or something like that, probably wouldn't have minded too much. Well, Tip the Scale's decent here as well. Get rid of the blast. The Tip the Scale doesn't require the Force. It's just look at opponent's hand, discard a unit card from it, and then do or do not is use the Force and draw 2 cards. Okay. All right, so let's hit his base there. Let's go do or do not first. Let's see what we get. Okay, we got another Anakin. We got a Plo Koon. Let's tip the scale. We'll take his Shadow Point. And then we'll do 1 damage to the Yoda unit. But we keep getting this Anakin here. This looks like it might be a good turn for either Ki-Adi-Mundi. All right, I'm going to attack first to get the Force. Right, so he's passed. He's probably got removal in his hand. Our option really is to Plo Koon. Could kill the Yoda, but it does give him a flip. So right, let's go Ki-Adi-Mundi. We'll use the Force. We'll draw 2 cards. If he claims here, I'll shoot the Yoda. Well, I can't shoot the Yoda. It requires a Force. Right, he's claimed. Can't deal damage, and we can't do any of these because we don't have the Force. Right, let's pass. Right, we are Yoda flip turn. So he's got the U-wing. Comes out. What's going to come out from the U-wing? Kiadi-Mundi. Well, that's... Kiadi-Mundi's problematic because he's going to draw cards from it. How can I... how can I handle that? If I Plo Koon, then I can run... I think I Plo Koon into Kiadi-Mundi. He's going to flip Yoda, but I really can't do anything about that. But this allows to run Anakin in. And because otherwise you're going to get to draw 2 cards there. All right, so he didn't kill anything, so he's just raw flipping that off. Well, unfortunately, I'm going to have to run into Kiadi here before we do anything because can't have him drawing that many cards. Yoda will probably run into Plo Koon. He'll draw a card. I don't think I've played anything, have I? No. All right, let's blast the Yoda. That's 6. I'll do another damage to it as well. Take it down to 5. What we really need is things like force throws and 8. We haven't seen a force throw. We've seen a bit of discard. All right, so I think we need Venestra. Well, let's hope he doesn't have a rivals fall. If he has a rivals, it's going to make this tough. I wonder what the showcase art is going to look for that. Seen the is it the Barris Offie one? Oh, we're in trouble now. When Yoda comes out, we're in trouble. How can we deal with Yoda? We need to generate the force to start with. So I think I have to hit that Yoda. And then Sorceress Blast. Like, because this... Oh, it's each time you use the force. He's not really going to be using the force. Is he? No, I can't let that Yoda live on that one, fortunately. We'll just have to play the 2 Jedi in hidings. All right, we'll blast that Yoda. And we'll just play the 2 Jedi. And yeah, this force slow I don't think is good. I'll need something different. All right, let's make him discard a card. Wow, he must have some good cards. If he discarded the Dagayan Master, like that's almost like two guaranteed draws. And he got he got it back again. Um, yeah, maybe I should have played Kiadi some point there. So I don't have the force here, so I just have to claim. Need to generate the force. There's a youngling. All right, let's hit into Yaddle there. We'll draw some cards. Give us a force throw or something. Not a force throw, but a Plo Koon's okay. Hmm. Yeah, we're in a tough spot. This is like a pretty greedy blue-green deck, and that as well. Like the Gillian Masters, the Yoda Ewings, and that's be quite hard for this deck to beat. I think. Let's claim you'll probably play Yoda out here, big one. Yeah, yeah. Unless we draw a Will of the Force. We did. There you go. Call it into being, and it might happen. So let's Will of the Force. Discard the Yoda. if he doesn't discard the Yoda, he'll just play it back out again. Yeah. All right. Well, let's hit in there. Is a Caloran. Yeah, this too much value in this deck for I think for Rey unless we're able to control it really early. But I think we got Force Throws and Ahsoka early. We got a couple of sparks, but that's about it. All right, so let's use the Force. Draw another 2 cards. We can kill this one off. We can Psychometry. Let's see if we hit anything. We didn't really hit anything. We can take another Ahsoka. And that's game. All right. Well, I think we moved to 1-2. We've got one window, which for the bottom tier leader is, yeah. I mean, we've hit 3 decks, which are on the greedy end of the scale. We've hit Kylo, Kira, and that Yoda one played the very top end. And then here we go. So now we're going to play the bottom end, our Kestis. All right. Okay, so that's fine. We've got some activators. We won't mulligan. I think I might try that Hermit this time in case he plays something with like 1 health. Yeah. All right, we'll play out our one as well. Okay, so we've got Venestra, which can come in. Let's hit in for there. Let's see what he does. Because we've got Sorcerer's Blast, we've got Force Throw, we've got a whole bunch of stuff here. All right, well, I think we just play Venestra and we can kill his first turn play there. Fine. I think we need 2 Kiadis. We'll take his Jedi in hiding. He'll force us to discard. No, he didn't want to use the Force. Okay, I think we're just Kiadi-Mundi next turn. So let's start with a Force throw. It adds up that little 1 damage each time. Okay, so he's going to do 1 damage there. Yeah, I probably should have blasted first. If I had blasted, then I could have done the sequencing right here. Because his one's just on attack. Yeah, it chooses a ready unit. And now I can't blast. All right, so let's claim. All right, so a Force throw is good. But we do need to attack first here. We need to attack so that we get the Force token. We'll be able to use Rey's ability to finish off Cal. He'll attack and tap here. If that's the case, we'll play Kiadi-Mundi, draw 2, and then we've got Force throw and Rey's ability. All right, so let's Kiadi-Mundi. We may draw the Rey unit here. Do we get it? We did. We drew the Rey one. 2 damage on a unit, 2 damage on the base. Hey Salush, how you going? We're playing Rey, the new Rey, the one that everyone puts at the bottom of the tier lists. And yeah, just going to see how it goes. We're just trying to win some games. If I can win 50%, I think we're in a good spot. So let's Force throw at him. We do have the 1 damage still from Rey. All right, let's pass. Okay, we've got Yadi again. And the hot shot is just going to go full on to base. Are we in a rush here? Let me think about this. Let's spark and see what else has he got. Okay, so he's... I don't think we want Ahsoka. Because Ahsoka's going to tap our guy. Or does we really care about that? I'm more worried about Plo Koon. Because either of these guys will kill the... Yep. Gonna Force throw. We'll put Rey down. That'll kill Kiadi. We'll run in with our 2-drop and then play our own Kiadi. Run in to generate the Force token. All right, so don't know if he's got any events. Got quite a strong turn here. You just got to not go like heavy space, like a massive space unit. This should be okay because this is Rey's flip turn. Okay, let's deploy Rey then. Salty's Gaming. Hello, how are you going? Playing Rey Yellow, testing it out. It's at the bottom of everyone's tier list. I'm trying to see if we can make a deck out of it here. Let's get rid of do or do not. We'll run Qui-Gon into Ahsoka. And that's what we're worried about, was that. All right. Flame. We do have how much damage here? 13, 17. Just not be enough. How do you play this game? I've never played before. So go to StarWarsUnlimited.com. So it's a trading card game, and it'll explain how to play. I'm just using an online simulator for it at the moment, but it's meant to be played more in person. So let's take the Ahsoka. Yeah, we might not get here in time. We have 13, 17. We'll get him to 26. That Falcon is exactly what... Now, if Rey had been in her other mode, we could have Sorcerer's Blast to kill it. StarWarsUnlimited.com. I will post the link. There's a collectible trading card game. Yeah, so he's claimed. We kind of needed Will of the Force. We're 2 damage off here. When we did this, if I had to pick the Rey, we would have done the extra 2 damage. But unfortunately, these 28 health bases. How are you finding Rey? Trying to get her to work, but it just wasn't quite doing what I wanted to do. I mean, I think she's fine in a normal state, but yeah, the Will of the Force is actually one of the things we needed there. Yeah, it's a tough slog. I won't like... So when she's not deployed, I think she's quite good. But yeah, when she's deployed, if she had been deployed at 5 or 6, I think it would have been good. I think having he says Cal worse. Having a 7 deploy and then having like a really weird deploy effect is yeah. So Alaric says, how often do I trigger that draw Rey damage? Quite often. I think I drew it in the match before. So there's a few ways to draw it. There's Psychometry, who picks a card out of your discard, shares a trait. You can use that to draw up Rey. You've got Kiadi-Mundi, which draws a couple of cards. You've got Do or Do Not that draws cards as well. And I think that's it. So it kind of needs a replacement for Force Slow, if anyone... yeah, if anyone has any recommendations. What can we put in space? Let's take these Force Slows out. So we need a space unit in red and yellow. I don't know if the Falcon does anything. Is there any Sentinels for... Oh, this is a bit hard to view. Let's... So for Salty's Gaming, this is... I'm just looking through all the cards for this set as well. Just looking for something that... I did a little bit Merrin as well at one stage. But then I had like too many 3-drops. Maybe Merrin might be better there. Let's try Merrin out. So Merrin's a 2/5, has got force, and will allow you to discard cards from your hand to do damage, which in the lead up to Rey's deploy might be okay. So Salush says the new Rey looks so hard to play. It is, yeah, it is hard to play. It's it's a challenge. It's a we need like it's just missing a cup. Feels like it's missing a couple of key cards, and just the leader's deploy would have been better. Had it been something else. It's a good start, but the problem is that you don't have the first turn play. Most of these require either a force token or a something in the discard. So let's try that again. Okay, so that's a bit better. We have initiative, so we can use the spark. All right, so let's get rid of... I feel like I want to generate the force, so I'm going to need... Let's get rid of do or do not for sure. We go spark. Let's get rid of Anakin there. We go spark into Venestra, into Kiadi, into Plo Koon. All right, so let's get rid of his first turn play, which is the Yaddle. He'll play an Obi-Wan next turn. Okay, we've got a force throw. I think I like that better. The youngling into force throw, and it sets up Kiadi having the force token for the following turn. All right, so let's force throw our opponent. So Liam says, I do see the design idea behind a leader versus flip side. You're expecting me playing 2 cards a turn around a flip time, so you're likely to have a smaller hand, but it's not enough. I think technically playing JTL Luke unit as an upgrade technically triggers her ability. Obviously, if you were in green, yes, yeah. Okay, he's going to give a shatter point, which is really good. I don't know if he realizes this, but we can then kill the unit. All right, so we don't need this Anakin. I did have other ideas initially as well. Playing the R2 unit allows you to play it down and then discard a card, but it doesn't have the force trait. And then I thought about now there are 2 of them, but now there are 2 of them does not work for vehicles, which is I thought going R2 into Qui-Gon's Ether Sprite, which is when you attack, it allows you to generate do the when played twice. So there we go, Alaric. Just triggered off Kiadi Mundi, the Rey, which did 2 damage to base and the Concord there. So with these 4 stacks and that, its sequencing is important. We're going to have to play Kiadi and then attack with the Padawan. Do you expect Force Throw to be suspended? No, I don't think so. I think there's a lot of other problematic cards that are worse than Force Throw. All right, maybe he's confused about we're either lagging or he's confused. Oh, we were lagging. Okay, he's claimed. We do have the Plo Koon for this turn, that we can ambush his Obi-Wan when it comes in. I think we'll get rid of the Hermit. So yeah, it is a challenge playing Rey, but you know, it's not all about playing the top deck and trying to maximize every win. I think you learn a lot by playing decks like this, working out what works and what doesn't. So he's played Chirrut here. He has no force token. So I can just run straight in with Plo Koon on that one. That Rey unit needs one more stat, either a 6/5 or a 5/6. Yeah, a 5/6 would be really good. All right, so I'm going to put some damage on the Obi-Wan. All right, so we'll claim. All right, so I don't think we need 2 Reys. I'm curious to see what he's got in his hand here. So I think I will tip the scale, which is a new force trick. Look at opponent's hand and discard a non-unit card. He's got a General's Blade, so we'll get rid of that. Okay, well now we'll kill Maz and allow us to play Kiadi out again. And originally on this deck as well, I also had hammerheads because I was drawing a lot of cards, and but I took them out because you can see how many cards I've got now just by Kiadi Mundis, and I had do or do nots, more of them in the deck. I thought I can try and generate, but a lot of cards and play those. But what happened was that and force throw here. What happened was that the other decks were just too fast to play a value game like that. Wow. Okay. We might as well get rid of space one then. Okay. Chag Jones says so many good cards this set. Can't wait. Yeah, there is definitely a power jump this set. So many of the cards are definitely a step up. So we can deploy Rey. We won't draw the cards. That should be it for this match. A lot of things went our way on that one. Even getting the Rey trigger as well. So we'll jump to 2/3. We did make those changes. Didn't get to test the Marin, but yeah. All right. Let's jump in again. Yeah, I really like this psychometric card. Like it is this one's this psychometry. If it just said choose a card, like you'd be able to pick itself, but choose another card. But it's so flexible for things like combo decks and that in the future. We won't mulligan because we've actually got Anakin. Are we playing the same guy? Yeah. Is the intention of the lever flip ability on Rey hoping you draw the Rey unit? Potentially, but like, you're only drawing 2 cards. Like maybe that's what they're thinking. Ooh, all right. Not good. All right, let's force throw that one. We put 3 damage on it. We just can't let that survive. Well, we got a shadow point. So that worked out well. Mysterious Hermit. I don't think we need because we're going to attack with Anakin. You have to watch out for General's Blade, which we know he runs in that deck. Tip the scale, but a spark is stronger than tip the scale. All right, let's spark. I want to see what he's got. Well, I think we just hit the takedown, right? Let him play the blue leader out there. Make him discard. Have we done the damage? No, we haven't. We didn't play a force trick. All right. Let's generate the force again. All right. What do we got? Good win against the OB Blue. Yeah, it was good. We're on a losing streak for a little while there. Looks like a fun deck. I just can't imagine Ray ever being worth it over Quinlan in this color combo. Correct. Yeah, Quinlan's is the better choice. But where's the fun in that? Play a lot of Ray in bit awkward. Play a lot of Ray in previous sets and that as well. So need to give the Ray a go here. Not in the best shape here. Not going to lie. We need a. We'll have to Plo Koon into that one. He's going to bring Obi-Wan out. Yeah. Going to need some good cards here to get out of this one. Well, that's a start. That's a start. The psychometric's also going to allow us to kill one of their units. So let's start with the Ahsoka. Right, we probably need to tap the Obi-Wan here. Okay, let's go psychometry. We'll pick a Force Jedi and then look at the next 5 cards. We can use Sorcerer's Blast here to kill the blue leader. Because this deck struggles in the space. And so we'll hit it for 3. We'll do 1 damage to it with Rey. We'll then kill the Maz Kanata and pass. And this we've got Rey coming out next turn. Yeah. So what have we got? Yeah. So Quinlan is clearly better. But yeah, this is that's a good draw for him. Hopefully not the Obi-Wan unit here. Wow, he whiffed. Yeah. He tried to play Chirrut. Right, we're going to have to kill Kelleran here. So here's where Rey will actually work out in our favor. So we're going to deploy Rey. I think the first time tonight they've actually used the deploy. Psychometry, yeah, let's do that. We'll pick a Force Jedi. Look at the top 5 cards. We'll pick the Rey, and then the Rey will do 2 damage to Kelleran. We'll have to hit that with a Rey. Generate the Force. That was a pretty cool turn, that one. So what do we got? Kind of chicken egg situation. Did lead ability get made to hit the unit, or did the unit ability get made for the leader? I don't know. They I don't know what they'll think for the deploy side. Yeah, if it could have just said draw 2 cards. Would have been fine. It would have been actually better if it had some like area damage attack. Like if she's out and you play in a force event, then it works like Bosk or something that the Bosk unit where it does damage to something. That would have been much better. Okay, let's send this back to his hand and make him discard a random card. And we made him discard that one. Okay, so let's get rid of the Ahsoka. Nice show on the psychometric into Rey. Yeah, it's a. I was looking at it today and I was like, that is a really cool card. Like it's a really cool design, and when combo decks and that become more of a thing in that, like, be cool. It could be even good with at the bottom of the tier rankings. Also, is this leader? Where is she? Morgan Elsbeth. It could be a cool card with that green yellow. Sharing keywords. kind of want to keep both. It's got another Caloran. All right, so that's a little bit of a trouble for us. We can kill those two, but we can't kill. We can, yeah, we can. Then we just have to Plo Koon, and we'll send Rey in with the Padawan and get Vanestra to hit. So 2 to base says, I used to listen to the jazz station in the morning while I drink coffee, but these live games have taken the spot. You have a great voice for this. Well, thanks for that. Yeah, it's certainly fun talking through your gameplay and that as well. We don't need Plo Koon because we've got Qui-Gon, who's a massive hitter here. So Liam said, also a little surprised there was no new Kylo unit. Yes, there was one. That's right there. We beat the Obi-Wan there, so we moved to 50%, 3-3. So yes, there is that Kylo unit, which is a 2-3, the one where you play the upgrade, you draw a card. The hidden asset says, nice show on the psychometry. Yeah, it's super flexible, that card. Difference between trait and keyword. You're right. So Morgan is more on keywords, whereas traits are a bit different. So, but I can see a world where that card, and now there are 2 of them, and which is where I kind of started in this deck. I was like, what's in that 5 or 6 range? The same way that Cad does the Zuckus plays in that. How can I manipulate that? But I tried it. It was a bit too slow. We won't mulligan. Anakin can go here, and probably Merrin. I don't know if Merrin fits into this deck. Morgan is cool, but doesn't have a keyword herself, which is awkward. Correct. Yeah, that's kind of awkward that she doesn't have a keyword herself. They must have tested it, and maybe it was too powerful. Right, I think we have to play a unit first. There's no point just playing sparks. We'll save the sparks for the big ones. Right, Jedi hiding's good. We have to be careful here because of the shields that you can put out. Now I've got the Force. Maybe village protectors. Okay, consular. It's tough because he's now got the Force. So he's going to be able to play something out. He's going to shield. All right, well, it may have been a mistake. We will see, because I am going to double spark here to look at what he's going to try and play. He's at 4. So we could expect like a Obi-Wan, something like that. But we do have to get rid of that consular. All right, let's spark. They're both not good. You take the Luke. I'm probably more worried about him just playing Luke's. We are going to be able to discard 3 cards out of his hand this turn, though. Because we've got double spark and the Jedi in hiding. Here we go. So he's going to play the Obi-Wan. We'll then get to shield the Obi-Wan. Use the Force. This is where we need some of our Force tricks here to pop the shields with Rey's ability. All right, he's put the General's Blade on. Let's kill the Obi-Wan. I'm surprised he didn't shield the Obi-Wan actually. We can start with the Force throw here. Hit our opponent. Give us something big. Oh, no. Probably did that wrong. I had to play the unit first. Be interesting to see what he does here. He needs the still damage. Just do damage to Yaddle. Put him in range of the Kiadi there. I actually like the Hermit because I can pop shields for only 2 cost. Just looking more hidden assets is looking through. Wow. That's gonna be a problem, that one. What can we do? Like, that's a really good draw for him. We had him with no cards, and he moved to the Luke deploy turn. He's going to be able to shield that Obi-Wan. We force throw. I think we have to force throw Plo Koon at him. Even then, it just feels really bad. Like he's going to be able to shield it, and yeah, feels feels bad. Our Mysterious Hermit will be able to come out. We're going to need something big here. Yep. Yeah, we're in trouble. I think what happened was the Jedi Consular just getting that out early. We had that initiative too. We had like the double force throws and things like that. So he's drew a card. Got what, 11 on board? Gonna be able to shield Yaddle. Yeah, I think that's game. What do you do? Pick up another Yaddle. All right. Well, oh, he killed the unit. I don't know why. He should have just went base. Yeah, I can't do anything with that. All right, let's see what we draw. Ahsoka's all right. He'll hit with Luke. Shield Yaddle. He should have just went base last time with Yaddle. Yeah. All right. So that moves us to 3-4. Kind of miss the difference. So if you're playing something like Quinlan, that's where Quinlan can sort of like take away his first turn play with the Tarkin Town. We don't have that. We're kind of playing similar style deck, but we don't have that. Right, Captain Phasma. Data Vault. Okay. We have initiative this time, which is what we need. All right, so we're not going to mulligan this one. We'll start with Spark. We'll go into that with the Force Throw. We don't need Venestra. And the Plo Koon. Psychometric kind of fills that void of where we're able to draw something in up if we don't get it. Let's see what he's got. But that's tough either way. What is worse for us? Okay, so I think I don't want Hux because Hux draws cards. Yeah, we just can't do that. Alright, so let's claim. Let's keep the do or do not. We might be able to use it. This one will be the Jedi into a Force throw. We don't have the Force yet, so this is what we're trying to hope this survives. Hopefully he doesn't open fire it, because we knew he does have it. All right, we'll Force throw our opponent. Yeah, he could have open fired it because we knew, well, there, he's just discarded it. So we'll kill Pride. And then, because we've used a Force ability, we can do 1 damage to HK-47 and claim. All right, so we've got quite a few options here. I'll get rid of the blast. See what if we can make the Will of the Force work on this. Okay, well, let's draw some cards then. There's a Force one, so we're able to, well, we don't even need to ping it yet. Let's see what we get with Psychometry. We'll pick that one for the Force trait. We'll take the Ahsoka. And we'll do 1 damage to HK-47. That's what I'm saying. The leader, the ability here of just continually doing 1 damage is actually pretty good. It's just they made her a 7 and the deploy is not that strong. All right, so we've got Fasma. Let's... Ahsoka is the best play here. Because it's got on attack. All right, now let's Ahsoka to start with. Okay, wow, we did get the tap. Well, that's a problem. We do not have much for space. We need to generate the Force token. We do have Will of the Force to send that back. We do have Force throw. Okay, so when played, you may give another first order unit +2/+2. So that makes Fasma much bigger. All right, so let's Will of the Force first and hit the frigate, and then make him discard. Discarded the frigate. All right, then let's Force throw. See what we get. Something good. Oh, a 7. So what's Fasma normally? 7. Yeah, so we're going to be able to clear the board here. We'll be able to run these two in. And do the 1 damage there as well. That worked out perfect. That's what I'm saying. There is some power in the deck sometimes. Like, all right, so let's draw 2 cards. Right, so we do not have any cards in his hand for him to for us to Force straight him. Let's Psychometry and see what we get. We want to Force Jedi. We got one. Yep. Oh, we can Rey. Let's do that. Oh, we can just Force throw myself. Get rid of the Von Regs. We'll just deploy. Probably didn't need to pick the Rey out. Looking back on it then. The hope is to get 50% with this deck. I think it's a success. If we can hit 50. See, and then how good's this? The Will of the Force is going to be able to bounce that back and discard it. The Will of the Force back to hand and discard. We don't have to deal with the when defeated. We push through with the Jedi in hiding. We draw another Rey, so we probably don't need third Kiadi. Now we need our... Oh, he's going to get all base. That's a problem. Okay, no, he's one off. All right, let's play that. We'll draw some extra cards. Play as much as we can out and hope he doesn't have one damage there. He doesn't. Oof. We survived by one life. We kind of had that in the bag until that Devastator just popped out and put us in a pretty bad position there. We're lucky that we had 10 health remaining rather than just 9. All right. Let's see what we got next. We started off with some blue-green villainy tonight. I had a real mixture since then. Palpatine. Okay, this Palpatine yellow. We're probably going to get things stolen. It's very hard to play the discard game against Palp because he's got that inbuilt sort of card draw as well. All right, I think we go with that. Always hesitant when you get a couple of first turn plays that you just don't want to lose them in case you mulligan into nothing. Okay, I'll have to claim. We can hit in here. We can spark and let's see what he's got. Wow, it's all bad. That is all bad. Because if we don't take the guard, then we'll give him the ramp. It is all bad. Like, we need to be able to kill this Poggle. Let's, unfortunately, we have to do the guard. All right, we'll hit into Poggle for 2. He'll claim. We'll play Anakin out and pass. He's going to shoot probably Anakin, I'd say. Tap, get another. Another card there. So he's got mana. Let's just draw for now. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. He gets kind of that unlimited draw engine going. All right, let's just hit base for 4. Very hard when you're in a mid-range type deck like this, when you come up against Palp, it's just feast on this kind of decks. All right, so we could pop it back with the Will of the Force. I think we'll just play Venestra. And just try and push as much damage as we can and see where we end up. Okay, so we can just claim from that one. Kind of works out well. We can Plo Koon the guard. Still got the Sorceress Blast. He'll probably play a Vader or a Maul. We know he's got the Maul because he had it. He had it in his hand when we first looked. There's the Maul. That's okay. We'll just blast that one. Keep pushing. 2 Jedi in hidings are good. He just takes our unit. Very hard. Very hard to deal with that. Okay, let's... The problem is if I Will of the Force, it makes me discard a card. Return a non-leader unit to its owner's hand. You may use the Force token. If you do, that player discards a card. Yeah. So... All right, let's just return that. Traitorous. Well, that's just how these games go sometimes against Palp. Right, we can make him discard a card. Use the Force. He can discard a card. He'd probably play Vader or something. Well, doesn't really matter. Have to get the Force. We'll see if we can get something out. Maybe a quick Force throw. There's a Force throw. Yes, there's not much we could do on that match. All right, 4-5. Pressure's on. Can we finish up with a 50% win rate? All right, we're Obi-Wan. But we've done well into Obi-Wan tonight. So that has been some of our wins. We're against Obi-Wans. Be good if we could finish 5-5. All right, so this is not the greatest. We have Jedi in hiding coming out. So what would we resource? The Merrin. Because the turn after we could go Psychometry or do or do not. Yeah. We won't mulligan. Let's play Anakin down. He's had a good start here. If he'll turn that into a 3-4. We'll claim. It's probably the best start that you could have playing playing Obi-Wan, especially if you go straight into Venestra next. I think we hit into the Padawan and then play the Jedi in hiding. He'll hit, and then if he plays a Venestra, it's what you want when you're playing Obi-Wan yellow. It's quite a strong deck. Well, that's even worse. Give us a fourth throw or something next. Fourth throw would definitely punish him. Hits the Luke. Gets the experience. Okay. We'll make him discard a card to start with. Let's see if we can get a force throw. Another psychometry though. It's nothing too big because he has hit with the General's Blade here. He's claimed, so he didn't play anything. Let's go again. Now we got the force throw. Now we hit him with the force throw. Give us something big. Doesn't have to be like 6 health because we've got the blast. Oh, there we go. Patience paid off on that one. That was digging ourselves out. All right. Don't need that Addy. All right. He's going to run in. I think we're fine with that. If he leaves it at the top there, I'll just... Yeah. He has to run into Anakin, right? Yep. So I can blast it to get rid of it. And then spark his hand. Try that. Because he can't, it's only when it doesn't have an experience in it. He's already put 2 on when he moved it to ground. Yeah, just rummaging through the toolbox for the right tool. Exactly. All right, so let's deal damage to the blue leader. And spark that last card, which is as only a Luke. All right, so... Wow, we've got a few things here. Take a risk by resourcing the Plo Koon here. All right. So I can Ahsoka, which would get rid of the card in his hand, but I think I'm going to try and draw some cards here. with Kiadi. I kind of need like force throws or something. We're too close to dying here. If Rey had been a sentinel and that as well, like something a bit more. Draw some cards. Do we get anything? All right, we got a force throw. And we got a blast. Let's see if we can dig ourselves out of this. The tools are there. We just got to not die to this Obi-Wan. Right, blue leader. I think we're okay with that. Let's Ahsoka first. And hope for a unit. We got the unit. I'll pretty much discard my hand here. So if I force throw yourself. That doesn't really matter, does it? We'll go this one. Hit into there. Sorcerer's Blast. 1 damage. Obi-Wan will deploy Rey. We'll draw 2 cards. Hit for 6. All right, we dug out of that. Do I run Jedi Sentinel? No, that's the 5/4 one. There was a lot of contention sort of at the... Oh, that's bad. That is very bad. That is a top deck. That. Yeah. Oh. Why wouldn't you give it to home one? Okay, so we've got the Ahsoka. We just have to be able to stop one of these. All right, please have a unit. Probably should have played that first. We can do 12, which will be enough. Yeah. We dug out of the dug ourselves out of there to just scrape through. So there we have it, 5/5 with Rey. So Liam's asking, do we run the Sentinel? So the Sentinel is yellow-white card that's 5/4 for 4. So Jedi Sentinel. When the Force is with you, you got the Sentinel there. When I made the deck, there was a lot of contention around the 4 drops because we had Ahsoka and Ki-Adi-Mundi, so that's kind of, and the Will of the Force. I was like, I didn't want any more 4 drops. But yeah, so I think the weaker cards in this deck, definitely the Mysterious Hermit was underwhelming. The Anakin was not great. Tip the Scale, we didn't use too much. Do or do not occasionally. Merrin has got to go. It has to be. I originally had Ezra in there. Ezra might be better, but we just need something to pull back because we are a bit more of a controlling. So we need something to deal with early aggression. So Vanesha was really good. Ahsoka was really good. Kiadi, the Will of the Force was good. Plo's always good. The Rey units, and then Qui-Gon was good when we had it. So it's not too far off, I don't think. Just a few more tweaks. But yeah, it probably is only a 50% deck. So we did finish 5-5, so 50%. I'm happy with that. And yeah. All right, well, that's it for me tonight. I will have a think about some of these other leaders. If you've got any leaders, put them down in the comment section that you would like me to sort of experiment with. There's plenty of ones that they put on the bottom of the tier list and that as well. So what other ones the baddest batch had their own tier and for the bottom, and they called it the Scott tier, which is me. And it's the units like they put Avar Chris, they put Rey, they put Kit Fisto, and then they put Ahsoka. So they're the ones I'll be playing around with. We've already played a little bit of Avar, a little bit of Kit. Now I played some Rey. I don't think there's much you can do with Ahsoka. Like it's like another Grievous. So I'm not really sure what we can do there. There needs to be some units in the units that punish the opponent when they attack them. So other card games, things like in Hearthstone, there was a card called Acolyte of Pain. An Acolyte of Pain was a 1/3, and every time you did damage to it, you drew a card. That your opponent did damage to it, or you did damage to it as well, you drew a card. You want units like that you can stick the Sentinel on, and your opponent will get punished for attacking it. And I think the leaders like that might be useful then, because losing a Force token to give a friendly unit Sentinel, like what I don't even know what units work for that. So, all right, well, drop them down in the comments if you want to see me to play a different leader.